Hey, Annabelle. Hi! If you like my hat, please subscribe. Hey, Annabelle, that's my hat. It's mine now. Okay, I'll let you borrow it. Annabelle, have you ever had somebody try and give a message and you didn't quite understand it? Yeah, when I read some instructions in another language. What about someone trying to give you a message in English and you didn't understand? Or you've seen people from different cultures act in a way that's different to ours and they're trying to communicate one thing, but we receive a different message about things. So in the Bible, Paul said he was all things to all men. So what it meant was he learnt about the cultures and the way of life to the people that he went to share the gospel to, so that he wasn't looking silly and was able to communicate quite clearly. So, Annabelle, with that hat, yeah, I'm going to go to Fiji. You are not going to Fiji with that hat. Why not? Because in the village, they would find that offensive that you're walking around with a hat when only the chief wears a hat. Oh, so if you offend the people by something that you're wearing or just being distracting like that, they may not want to listen to what you've got to say. Whereas if I front up to another country that wears head coverings and I walk around with my head like this, not covered, then they may not listen to what I've got to say because I'd be offending them by not respecting their culture and dress code. And so, like in Middle Eastern culture, for example, if you're pointing your feet at somebody, like if you're sitting cross-legged and your feet are pointing at other people, then that can come across as very rude too. And in another culture, in the Asian culture, when they say yes, they don't always mean yes. And saying no directly can come across as rude. Oh, I'll tell you a story. One time I was at Bible study with some lovely Chinese people from my church that were in the group, and the minister was the group leader of our Bible study group, and he had asked me to read a passage from the Bible. And I said, no, I would not like to read right now. And the people in the group started laughing. They were laughing because they were shocked that I would say no directly to a person in authority, whereas I should have been a little bit more gentler and just explained that I was a bit embarrassed that I'd lost my space, my place at Bible study, and didn't want to read right now. So it's important to understand other people's way of life and not offending other people when we are sharing the gospel. Hey, didn't you hide your tea and coffee? Yeah, so there were some people from a different religious group who watched my videos and they didn't drink tea and coffee. So I didn't want to have tea and coffee in my videos that they would be watching, because I didn't want them to be so offended by my tea and coffee that they would stop listening. All right, thanks everyone for watching. Goodbye.